Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. One more time. Good evening. Can everybody please take their seats? Look, my wife is a retired teacher, so I don't want her to start using her teacher voice up here. A proud graduate of Florida A&M University.
Right, from a Rattlers out there.
So we got HBCU in the house, right? Everybody is in the house? We here? We ready to go? Y'all excited? We get ready to have a big game? Before the game, we want to have this welcome reception that is being sponsored by AT&T, as well as two powerful panel discussions that will hopefully enlighten some of our student athletes so they can use their platform, because we know they are powerful. They're a powerful platform as student athletes to help push forward our social justice movement. So I want to bring up, first I want to introduce my beautiful wife, Jana Johnson Davis.
All right. Good evening. Good evening. And I would like to introduce, some folks call him the liberation lawyer. I've known him since we were 13, and so he's my Maoli, but he's attorney Maoli Mel Davis.
Thank you. So we are gathered for such a momentous occasion. And you don't have something of this magnitude without a person with a vision. And I have been fortunate to have a front row seat watching this brother with this vision just continue to press forward, to move in faith, to move with courage, and build something that a lot of people didn't think could be built, quite frankly. And those, once they caught on, they tried to take it. But this brother stood strong. I texted him the other morning and I just said, I'm proud of you and I'm praying for you. And you're inspiring a lot of people that you may never meet. And so would you all join us in welcoming the CEO and founder of HBCU All-Stars, Coach Travis L. Williams.
Wow, thank you for the introduction. Truly God, this is a God-driven moment. Let's give a round of applause for God. Because none of this is possible without that. It's a dream 3 years in the making. I remember when I first brought it in 2020, we were looking at Morehouse College. And as you know, the pandemic hit. And so things started opening back up in 2021, and there were all type of restrictions put up in place for the 2021 Indianapolis Final Four. And then had the opportunity to sign a great partnership, and I do mean a great partnership with our CBS Sports partners, and being able to provide this unbelievable platform during college basketball's biggest weekend in Final Four. Let's give a round of applause for CBS Sports. And I'm extremely grateful and blessed to have our AT&T partners to sponsor this unbelievable event tonight. And along with our other sponsors that you can see back on the Step and Repeat, it's unbelievable. So make sure you go back there and take pictures and share it. It has been an unbelievable journey to get this point. But I want to be very honest with you. I would have never got to this point without the lovely support and keen support of my beautiful wife, Kaya Williams. Would you please stand up? Thank you, baby. And my beautiful children, Tegan and TJ, and he's on that iPad over there doing his thing. Whatever it takes to keep him busy, so, yeah. And my mother-in-law, Valerie Williams, that allowed me to marry her daughter over 14 years ago. So I want to thank you, Mom, for giving me blessings for that. But this moment is important for a number of reasons. It's important for our HBCU culture. You know, we never had a space like this before during Final Four weekend. And so it's important for these young men, all our HBCU All-Stars, stand up. Stand up. Let's give these guys a round of applause. And they deserve to be here. Very talented, hard-working, deserving, ambitious young men. They deserve to be here. Guys, I thank you for pouring to me since you arrived yesterday. You don't understand how much that means to me. You're helping us change the culture. What you're getting ready to embark on is a journey that you'll talk about 10 years from now, like I remember we did this in New Orleans. It's going to shape your futures on and off the court. And more importantly, what you did today at Kingsley House. I'm telling you, let me explain this to you. We had a community outreach at Kingsley House, and we had the opportunity to touch some babies. So we were greeted by 2- and 3-year-olds. I saw some of our guys holding these young babies in their hand, pouring into them and talking to them, walking around with them on that Kingsley House campus. I saw these gentlemen with our senior citizens, our grandmothers, our elders, sitting down playing games with them, dancing with them. That's profound. That's service. That's what it's about, these young men. That was huge. You can have a seat, guys. You can have a seat. No, but I really want to thank everyone for taking time out your busy schedule for making this possible. But I need to think, this room is set up in the vision of my COO, April Taylor. Where are you, April? The setup, the food, everything. You know, from our sponsors and everything. And, you know, I'm telling her no. She said, Coach, I'm telling yes, Coach. And I'm trying to say no. But she understands. You know what I'm saying? And so we're truly blessed to be sitting here. And so this moment is historical for a number of reasons. It's historical because the movement, our social justice panel, going to come out and pour into us and keep the fight moving forward. We're going to award some exceptional guys. And what are we, like 3 or 4 days before we do something just amazing on Sunday, April 3rd at the University of New Orleans Lakefront Arena? And I say this, CBS television network, prime time. And I want to make sure y'all understand that. We actually have a documentary series leading into this game that's a part of our Final Four game. And so that's important as well. So CBS, thank you for taking a chance with a small black-owned company out of Atlanta, Georgia. That is huge. You don't see that happen too often. And it's not about our corporate sponsors putting a logo, just saying they're slapping a logo on the court or slapping a logo on some of these events. No, our corporate sponsors that you see up there, they're truly investing in it. They're about the cause and supporting our initiatives. So I don't want to get lost in that, because anyone that comes to the table with HBCU All-Stars, we want it to be genuine, we want it to be authentic, and we want it to be real. That's important for us. But I thank you. We love you. HBCU All-Stars, let's go.
Man, I'm ready to get out here and hoop with y'all, man. I used to hoop now. She's looking at me like, your knees can't take all that no more. Those days are way over.
Days are gone. All right, so before we get started with our panel and our really profound discussion, I'd like to call up Carol Smith and Caesar Ruffin. They're going to bring greetings to the city of New Orleans on behalf of Congressman Troy Carter.
Good evening. Oh, you guys don't have to be so quiet. We're not in church. Good evening. So we are incredibly excited to be here tonight. My name is Carol Smith, and this is Caesar Ruffin. And on behalf of Congressman Carter, we would like to welcome you guys to the city of New Orleans. So they call this the Big Easy. This is a city of having a good time. So please don't be quiet, because this is really the city where you can have a great time. So we're excited to welcome you guys here today. And this is an HBCU. It couldn't be better than this. This is really exciting. And I'm incredibly excited because I have a young son. And there are so many things that these young men can be doing, so many things that they could be into. So to see you young men here tonight as a mother of 3 sons, this is incredibly exciting. So let me personally give a hand to you young men and to your coaches. So to the founder, thank you for sowing into these young men, because we have to understand that each one has to teach one. We have to reach back. It's about more than just us. We have to take care of our own. So thank you, everyone, for being here. Welcome to the sit-in. Please let's not stop tonight. We have to make sure that we are our brother's keeper. We have to make sure that we're taking care of these young men. But on behalf of the city of New Orleans, on behalf of Congressman Carter, we welcome you to the city. We welcome you here to have a wonderful time. We welcome you here to take advantage of our culture. We welcome you here to take advantage of our food. You had an opportunity to taste the food today, and there's so much more that we offer here in the city of New Orleans. So please enjoy yourselves. Have a wonderful time. We like to say, laissez le bon temps rouler. That means let the good times roll. So please, on behalf of Congressman Carter, please enjoy yourselves. Please have a wonderful time. We'd like to wish the best of luck to both teams, because nobody's a loser, because we would like to encourage both teams. So please enjoy yourselves. Please have a wonderful time. And I don't want to take too long, because I do have Caesar right here, so I am going to give a moment. But thank you guys for being here, and welcome to the city of New Orleans.
Right. So we were supposed to tag team, right? But I think she summed it all up. But I just want to say greetings. Thank you all for being here. We are so incredibly humbled and honored to have you here. We recognize the role that the HBCU plays in our community. And again, I want to thank y'all for that community work y'all put in today, because that's what it's about. Our kids and our elderly. So embrace our culture. Please enjoy the food, enjoy the music, and have a good time. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And so we are about to do something that is, again, uniquely a part of the HBCU All-Star culture and Coach Williams' vision. The vision wasn't just to have a basketball game. It was to bring our culture, our experience, our movement front and center during college basketball's biggest weekend. And that is why we're doing this social justice panel. And so we'd like our first panel, and they have been informed that this is going to be kind of a rapid fire, because we know that there's a lot to be done tonight. But we want our young people, our players, we want you to hear from some of the most preeminent organizers of our generation who have put in the work, that have helped open up spaces like this for us to even have these kinds of gatherings and be able to support each other. And so while Jana announces our first panel, I would like Felicia Hall Allen to come up and Ben Crump to come up, because I want to tell a very short story. Come on up, Felicia. She's looking at me like, that's not what was supposed to happen. It's an audible. Come on, sister. Come on, Ben. Jana, as they're coming, and if we could have.
All right. So our first panel is going to be a voting rights panel, as Maoli said. So I'd like to ask for Mr. Charles Steele to please join us on the stage. Mr. Darrell Jones, please come up and join us. And Mr. Attorney Francis Johnson, please join us on the stage for the voting rights panel.
And I wanted Ben and Felicia, this is part of the legal team. And Felicia and Ben, myself, and other lawyers were part of the team to ensure that Coach's intellectual property remained his intellectual property. His sweat equity was not stolen from him. And so it was an honor to represent him, his family, and his legacy, and to do it with these outstanding attorneys. And I just want you all to give it up for lawyers who know and understand that our value is when we pay it forward to our community. So can y'all give it up for these? And Ben is coming up on the second panel, y'all. So.
We give a lot of credit to Attorney Molly Davis. I told them at the press conference when people tried to take Coach's vision, his intellectual property, culture vultures, and take out.
To say this, Travis had a great vision, but one of the reasons why this happened, ladies, is he has an incredible wife, Kaya Williams, who stood by him and with him and supported him and would not allow him to sit on what God had given to him. And Kaya Williams, I want to be able to say that we celebrate and we acknowledge you, because it's not behind every great man is a good woman, but we stand right beside them. So I'd like to say thank you for that.
That's right.
I also want to say that the NCAA had to get behind this in order for it to happen. A lot of times people give the NCAA a lot of flack. But in order for this to happen, Travis, I just want to say thank you for you were very persistent, and you would not allow them to make HBCUs invisible like they have for so many years. And so I have to acknowledge the NCAA. And I also have to acknowledge that CBS, when we called on CBS to do the right thing, they were about the right thing. And CBS, I'd like to just say thank you to you all, because this happened at this magnitude because you were not afraid to put your TV viewership where all of our hearts are. So I just want to say thank you for that. And last but not least, this gentleman. Travis called on him for the strength of a brotherhood that goes back to, I think, 1911 with the Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. And it just shows you the strength of what brotherhood really is. Attorney Davis, you used every resource that you had to help pull this off. And I think that as much as you try to elevate others, we've been standing on your shoulders to make this happen. And I would really, really like to say that this panel does not happen without this young man and this social justice evening. And so I'd like to thank you and your wife for being a part of this. And I'm going to go stand by my husband and shut my mouth up now.
Ready?
We are ready.
All right.
All right, so this first question is from Mr. Charles Steele. And I know most of you all will already know plenty about Charles Steele Jr., but he is a civil rights activist, he's a businessman and a public servant, and he is the current CEO of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, and we are so thankful to have you here, Mr. Steele.
Thank you.
We recently saw you participating in the commemoration of Bloody Sunday in Selma, Alabama, a couple weekends ago. How should student athletes and coaches connect the events of that day, 57 years ago, to today's battle for voting rights?
Thank you so much. That was a great Sunday.
It was.
It was a great Sunday, and the two of you, along with my wife, you know, the chemistry was just there. I would say 70,000 folks or more. 70,000 folks or more. But in dealing with that question, I probably would tell you some things that most folks won't. First of all, I'm in Dr. King's position. Been here for 16 years. They killed Dr. King. They killed him. I was in Bridgeport, Connecticut with my wife last week. We go all over the world. But I'm putting my life on the line. To answer your question, the 1965 Voter Rights Act, and I'm from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, live in Atlanta, but don't get confused, I'm just a little country boy. To let you know you can do what you want to do. I had the dream when I was 15 years of age to be in Dr. King's position. And when I was engaged to my wife, the first thing my mother told my wife, you better fasten your seatbelt. And she did. The